In Wisconsin, the stories start before sunrise. They start in a deer stand, in a duck blind, on the front deck of a bass boat. Welcome to the Flippin' Sticks and Throwin' Lead podcast. With your hosts, Eric Tasker and former Major League pitcher Paul Wagner, this is everything outdoors. Hunting, fishing, conservation. The wins, the misses, and the memories that stick with you for a lifetime. Out here, you earn your stories, and we're here to tell them.
Hi, Mr. Wagner. We're ready to roll here. I'm in camouflage. You're in your athleisure. Must be baseball season.
It's baseball season, and what could be any different than any time in the past few weeks with us as we sit down and we just glance at the photos, the cameras that Moultrie sends us, and we realize that when you left this morning, and by the time you got back, in that meantime,
2 times 10 yards from where I was sitting. Oh my gosh. It is the recurring theme of they are where we ain't, which is just unfortunate. It seems to be our luck right now that we have kind of figured this out to do this as a 2-man hunt. But now that you had a tag last week and I have a tag this week, it doesn't set up for that.
No, and unfortunately, when you have 2 guys that hunt like we do, we miss the birds.
Right.
We
right.
choose poorly. We choose poorly.
We have completely changed the flow of birds on the property. They're no longer hanging out at the South Plot because they realize that that's a war zone.
That's what you said, yes.
So
Yes.
now it's just kind of a mystery, but one thing that we do know for sure is that they will be there when we are not.
It is really, really amazing how so many people say there's birds, or you go by a certain spot as we drive into Oconomowoc, or we drive into Brookfield, or even drive up to Madison through Johnson Creek. It seems that the birds are very, very consistent everywhere else but here. And maybe that's just because those are larger parcels or unhunted, no pressure. And I'm not saying we have a lot of hunting pressure here, but we have a lot of activity. We have farms, we have farmers tilling dirt. We have other farmers spreading manure. We got a lot of stuff going on. So maybe that could be a little bit of the inconsistencies, but every single person I talk to can't believe we haven't gotten birds.
Right.
Or we haven't gotten another bird.
Yes. And it's just amazing because there's a ton of birds. I mean, I don't know that I've had a sit out here that I haven't seen a turkey, which is good.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time, like yesterday is a perfect example that I had, you know, a handful of hours that I was sitting out here, and I ran 2 birds off as I was walking into the blind. It was, you know, middle afternoon. And you have said this repeatedly about the birds, is that if you spook them off or if you bugger them out of there, don't worry about it. They'll be back.
Right.
Which is so weird.
Right.
So I sit down. I think I texted you, hey, I'm all good. I'm set up. Followed almost immediately by 4 hens behind me.
That's right.
It was like 10 minutes later and they were all back in there.
Yeah.
And they all just kind of like lingered and skirted around the outside there, which doesn't really matter because we're obviously not taking hens. But it's just so funny that they are so skittish, yet they just return repeatedly.
Right.
So it makes me feel good that we have shot at birds and they still continue to return back here, because it just gives us another opportunity to be able to try and fill a tag.
Right.
So before we get too far into it, Paul Wagner, Eric Tasker, this is the Flippin' Sticks and Throwin' Lead podcast. We're taking a little break from being out in the woods, and you're taking a little break from baseball, which I'm sure we'll talk about here in a second. But welcome into the show. It is period E in Wisconsin. I have a tag. Mr. Wagner is done for the season, I believe.
Yes, I'm done.
Finished up with period D last week for you. And you only needed a couple of days. But let's talk about the whole thing, because I was at graduation in Madison, and we're getting ready to like walk into the like after party, or like the portion of the grad party that was at a bar. And you call me and you're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this just happened. I just, yeah." And I'm like, "What?" And you're like, "Yeah, I think it was like however many yards. You're going to have to come out and range it the next time you're out here. I can't even lie about it because the feathers are still there and you can see where I was." So, first of all, congratulations, Mr. Wagner, on the board, baby.
We got one.
So, give me the rundown. Give me the whole scoop, and give me your play-by-play on this.
And it actually is the format that we follow. It's the blue chair. It's to the east of the property.
Yeah.
I'm in the blind, and as I come in, decide, you know what, when I come back, I'm going to take a little break. And when I go back out, I'm going to go down by where you sit. You have a little spot down there, kind of right in that little center where they come off the roost, and they decide which way to go. I'm like, I'm going to go over there tonight. I go, you know what the heck? As I'm walking down that trail, 2 hens skirt to the north. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. It's still 5. I was late. It was 5:30ish. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm still going to keep going. So I went down there, found a spot. I go, this is where you are. I think this is where, I'm thinking to myself, this is where Tasker sat that one time when he went over your shoulder and you shot.
Yeah.
Back to the west.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, but I couldn't find anything. And I was just getting upset. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Everything's greener now. Everything's up a little bit higher. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Like sit on my knees for 4 hours? That ain't going to happen. So I look back and I see that stand we had. We put that stand up there because it is
traffic. We readjusted last year.
Because the traffic area through this spot is by whitetails and, deer and turkeys and everything comes through there.
Right.
Everything comes through. So I just said, you know what? I can't see. It's too heavy. I'm going to jump up there. So I sit up there. I climb up there and I'm like, okay, this ain't going to work. Whatever. It's too late. I said, if they come down to this area, that little, maybe like 25 by 25 little green area, I go, yeah, okay, I got a chance.
Yeah. And
for some odd reason, I look over to my left, and underneath the apple trees, all of a sudden it looks like a tree fell. Okay. I'm like, oh no. And I look a little closer, and then all of a sudden I see a couple fans moving. I'm like, no way. I go, here it is set up perfect. They always come through this little spot. Right to us, man. If I was on the ground, it'd probably be a better shot. But you know what? If I be quiet real quick, I got the shotgun on my lap, like just because I don't want to move a lot, And if I catch a glance up high, I'm like, oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, I see a bunch of hens, and they start cutting the trail. I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm like, well, maybe the toms will still come this way because we've seen a lot of toms on there.
Yeah.
So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 hens. I'm like, okay, that's why the toms are there.
Right.
So those 5 hens go into the woods right on that rock wall trail. Then all of a sudden I look and I'm like, don't see anything. The fans are down. Okay, well, maybe they're coming. Look, and I'm looking. Sure enough, on that trail, there goes one longbeard. I'm like, no way. There goes the next one. I tried to shoot video, but I hit photo instead. So I had my phone up. And I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this, how this is going. And I hit photo and I didn't slide it over to video. And I'm like, I got no chance. I go, they're all coming here. I go, forget it. So I set my phone down.
Right.
Grab the gun. And I'm like, man, this is a poke. But, well, what do I got to lose? They come back.
We flip 6 and we throw lead out here.
I throw lead, and you know that.
We know that.
So I pull up, and that last one comes. Jumps over that little rock, and I'm like, I went just a little bit higher, and I went boom, and he went down right away. The other 2 birds flew up, the 2 times. I'm like, I'm just looking. There's nothing there. And I'm like, boom,
just to make sure,
just to make sure, in case he was hiding his head somewhere. I'm like, he's not even flopping. Right. So I'm like, damn it. So I get down. Those birds took off. I get down. It was the over/under 20 gauge.
Okay.
So the shells didn't eject. They're in there. They're still in it. I crack it, and they're still there, both fired.
Yep.
Like, okay, let's see. as I got a little bit underneath those pine trees, all of a sudden I saw a wing go. I'm like, no, I got him.
Nice.
So I walked over there. I got him. He's laying there and just gave me a little death roll again. And I just, he was a little bigger. So I just stepped on his neck and put him out. And then I looked back at that stand and I'm like, stupid.
This shouldn't have happened.
Shouldn't have happened with the 20 gauge.
Yeah. But 3-inch shells.
3-inch
and
shells.
It was not like TSS or anything.
Nothing.
It was just your standard loads.
Standard loads. And we get him. I bring him back in. He ended up having a 10.5-inch beard. I thought it was the normal 7/8 inch.
Yeah.
The spurs were they were 3/4 inch.
Okay.
Both were 3/4. They were beat up a little bit, but they still measured at 3 1/4. And I didn't weigh it, but 10.5-inch beard. And we knew that was.
Well, you had no time to weigh it because it was already in the grease at that point.
By the time I get it out and put they're gone. The girls just crush it. Somebody asked me at the field. They said, "Hey, got any turkey nuggets?" I said, "Not a chance.
Not a chance. Unless you're there when that bird dies, you have no choice.
Unless my daughters are gone. If my daughters are gone, you might have a chance. Right. But if not, you got none." So then we went back out there, got them in. It was good. My youngest daughter came back out. She took a picture, sent it to you. Yep. You guys were at the bar for graduation. And then, we ate it up. And then next time you came over, I just made sure, and I wasn't sure you'd believe me. I'm like, I know it's a long shot, but I shot it right underneath this stand, from this stand. And you go, oh my gosh, it's got to be about 100 yards.
When I looked, I was like, it's 100 yards. It looks so far.
And I'm like, and I figured I was walking there and I was looking before we got there. I was like, oh hell, he's going to say you're lying. And then we looked out and luckily there were feathers. So there were a bunch of feathers. There was still.
You'd really have to commit to this, to throw some feathers.
Oh yeah.
Scatter some feathers out there just to get a range at a long distance.
So it was not 100 yards.
It was not.
But
it was 72.4 or something like that.
It was a poke.
It was out there. So now you have almost done us a disservice here because now you've killed a bird at 70 yards. We shouldn't be missing at 70 yards now, right?
Right.
Oh man.
We've also come to the fact that if anybody wants to, granted it's a lot, I am never going to use a red dot again. If you want a red dot, it's a DP, it's a loophole. I don't know exactly what it is. Reach out to Tasker on socials and we will work a deal out because I want that red dot off of that 12 gauge because I do not feel comfortable with it. I don't like it. I can't not squint. I'm old school. That's just how I shoot. And I don't like that red dot.
Yeah,
at
and
all.
you get your little bead and
I like that.
Yeah.
So I'm taking that off
nice.
And I will never use that again. But
yeah. It's so funny. I think that was part of our 12-second conversation was shot a bird. Holy shit. 70 plus yards from a ladder stand. We have to talk about getting rid of this red dot. It was all part of that very, very brief conversation. You're like,
I hate it. I feel so much comfortable.
Well, and how many times did we pattern that gun and you just never really felt like it was right?
Right.
It was always like a micro adjustment. It was always an up or down or left or right or whatever. And it just, so much of this is just a confidence in your weapon.
Right.
Which is exactly what I've found now is that it's I just am not really confident in any of my firearms like I am my bow.
Yes. I think for you, definitely.
Yeah.
For you, definitely. Me, I got to get to that point because you shoot your money with the bow.
Praying.
With the gun.
With the gun.
Yeah.
I'm praying with the gun.
Yeah.
So let's just tack onto that a little bit. So what I did do is I've done a ton of research and I've asked a bunch of questions and all of this stuff. Well, it sounds like have very finicky properties to them where even certain wads will throw your patterns off.
Distance? Because remember when we first did it at, what did we do it at 23
it was 22, 23, something like that.
And it wasn't bad. It was a little bit.
It was high and right.
Yours was.
Mine was high
Yours
and right.
was high and
you
right.
were high and left.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just clicked it a little bit
Right.
opposite figure, and maybe it was a boom, boom, boom. I think we did 3 or 4 clicks, and I said we should be good.
Yeah.
And when it,
So I decided in my off period that I was not hunting and I was listening to all of your fun stories. I'm going to just do this right. I'm going to get the appropriate choke with the appropriate ammo. I guess I've never told you this.
No.
I haven't told you this yet. So I ended up buying the Carlson's Longbeard choke and the Carlson's Longbeard ammo, which so many people have just raved about. And the ammo is one thing, but using it with the appropriate choke, the choke is built specifically for those loads.
okay.
So is that going to solve my problems? Probably not. Do I feel better about it? Yeah. Yeah. But what's so frustrating about this is if you look at people patterning their shotguns, it looks nothing like what we do.
Right.
People are like, oh yeah, I'm shooting a dinner plate at 50 yards. I'm like, a dinner plate?
Yeah, the guy was shooting those TSSs. Remember we watched that?
Yeah.
I watched that video. 20, 30, 40. I wouldn't recommend 100 and do. And he's like on target the whole time. If you moved me out to 60, I'd probably hit the
We're
car
shooting
coming
at
on that
dinner
road.
tables.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just hoping that maybe that can alleviate some of my issues. But, you know, it all goes with the territory. I mean, I can't really say that I'm new at this for much longer. So I am still kind of figuring some of this stuff out. And it's no secret, I'm not great with firearms. And I don't really have a problem admitting that. But then you get into like the different chokes and different loads and different, you know, all sorts of different things that go with it. It is a learning experience.
Right.
And, you know, it's a new shotgun for me. You know, my shotgun that I used for my dad for the last couple of years is an old school Remington 1100 or whatever it is. No choke. There's no nothing on it. It's just a straight barrel. And, yeah, now I'm like, okay, well, I just really want to get this dialed in so that I will figure all of this stuff out now. I'm not getting rid of this gun anytime soon.
No.
So I want to just figure this out so that moving forward, you know, when I have 3 opportunities at a bird in one season, I feel confident I can take that shot. Because right now I just am still kind of
Right.
MIA on my confidence level.
Right. And all you need is one, like one hit, and then you're set. And as you were talking about getting the proper choke, the proper load, I was thinking about it. You know what I think? Because I am that squinter, old school, looking for the bead, when you have that red dot up there, you can see, because I didn't unscrew. I think that Benelli has maybe like a white ball bead.
Okay.
I never took that out. And maybe that's what somebody probably would say, because for some odd reason I pick up red dot, but then my eyes always go to the bead.
Sure.
And then I look and I'm like, wait a minute, they're not equal. It's just
another thing for you to think
screws
about
with
that
your mind, my mind.
You don't want.
So I don't want that. But that's what you said. Or like you said, you have to be confident. If you're confident in your weapon, confident in what you can do, how you prepared, then it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier, and it's not just because for years now, and maybe you've also felt this way, is just we're kind of like I don't know, in a spot where we're just not 100% dialed, but we're getting opportunities and we feel like we're missing out on them because we don't have like everything completely dialed, which is frustrating. I mean, it's nothing short of frustrating because, I mean, you look, we've had 4 opportunities now, 5 including the bird that you killed, and we're 0 for 4.
Yeah.
You know, where it's just it's frustrating that we should have more tags filled, but I don't know, lack of preparation or whatever.
But I tell you what,
say.
when you walk up to that bird, I don't care how many birds I mean, I know you're still looking for number 1, but you come up there and all of a sudden you're like, I'm going slow and I'm looking and all of a sudden you see flap, 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 and you're like, heart starts going. You go, I'm like, whoa, I got him. You know what? Because couldn't tell. I didn't see the flop right away. I'm like, oh no. And once I saw it, my heart rate just went, whoom, and it was like,
yeah,
awesome. It is pretty,
well,
it's pretty sweet.
And what a story.
Yeah.
It's so fun to just hear that. And I even joked with our buddy Patty, and I was like, I don't even know why I'm sitting on the ground anymore. I might as well just sit in tree stands from now on.
Yeah.
But it is really nice because there's a lot of different places we can go, which almost makes it more difficult, but they're here. It's just a matter of lining up where we're sitting versus where they're working through and kind of going from there, because they're around. I mean, we see them. We know they're there.
Yeah. And I think we found out where to sit now. We were north, south. We weren't sure.
Right.
Now we know. We've consolidated. Everything comes from that east little sunshine spot. So now it's finding the right time. That's where we're getting screwed up as the later season comes. Now it's when they come, their timing isn't the same. They're not as patterned as they were before. When they were more patterned, we didn't know where to sit.
Right.
Now that they're more patterned, or now that they're less patterned, we know where to sit. It's just too much. It's just not enough for us.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man. It can turn into a grind very quickly.
Well, you got up. What was it? Yesterday? What morning? You didn't come yesterday morning.
I did not come yesterday
Three
morning.
Jakes came through there.
Right.
You go early. You go there this morning. No Jakes, no birds, no nothing. You leave, and then 2 Toms and
an hour after I walk out of it.
Again, it's just a weird thing.
Yeah.
Man.
And you can't always be there. I mean, it seems so crazy to pull an all day sit for birds.
Yeah.
You know? But that has been half the battle for us, is that there have been times where it's first thing in the morning, mid-morning, midday, like 11 to 11:30. Then we've even got some that are like that 1, 2 o'clock, and then again like 4, 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
As soon as you think you got it figured out, they just do something completely different, or they don't show up.
Right. I wanted to ask you too, now on a different topic, but when you were sitting out there this morning, you said you saw a deer.
Yes.
I did see, as I was driving into the stadium yesterday, I did see a doe kind of running on the street because her fawn was erratic.
Okay.
Be on the lookout. So I'm going to say yes, they're dropping.
Yeah.
They're dropping now.
Yeah.
So there's baby fawns out there. There's baby fawns.
You know, May 15th. So that back half of May, first part of June.
And if it's May 15th and that thing was on, I don't know, what is it, like 3-4 days for them to get on their feet? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. You read that the other day, but that'll give you your timeline. It definitely was very, very recent. So
yeah,
they're dropping, and there's fawns out there now too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I can't wait to start seeing them on the cameras, because I mean, that one that looked like a Holstein that walked out in front of you that one day, I mean, she's certainly ready to go.
She's got a busload in her.
Yeah. So it'll be fun just to kind of start to see that.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately for them, I mean, there's no coyotes around here.
Right.
You know, or at least that we've seen. You know, hopefully predation is very low and restocking the forest.
I know. I picked up another chest freezer.
You're going to have to. You might need 2 more.
I just picked up one just for the hell of it. He was like getting rid of it. I'm like, I'll take it. Well, what do you need that for? No, because I know I'm going to fill it.
There's going to be plenty of deer around this fall. Oh, it was funny though when that, and I don't know, it was kind of like that gray light period, so it was still pretty early. I've been bringing a thermos out there, a Stanley out there that you can kind of unscrew and you use the cap, like the old school construction ones. And 10 seconds after I pour a nice hot steaming cup of coffee, it's in my hand and this deer is 15 feet in front of me. I'm like, it's either going to smell the coffee or smell me first.
Right.
But it just kind of like walked around and it ended up walking off. And I'm like, it's part of being out here, you know, and it's funny because you always hear about in the fall, deer's noses are their best defense against predation. So that's why everybody does the scent control, and you use your scent wafers and you use the estrus and all that stuff. their senses seem to be so low right now because I mean we've walked around and they've seen us, and I mean I had a half dozen around me that one day that we sat down there together, and it just almost seems like their defense mechanism is very low right now. But you know, for the moms, it's going to be super elevated.
And she's blowing nonstop.
Yeah,
every time. Yeah, I mean she ain't missing a thing, and we thought we got one. There's probably 2 or 3 of those boss bully does that we're going to have to get at least come September 15th or whatever opening day is.
Yeah. Where are we for time? 112. Yeah, this is still pretty short, but well, what else? So let's talk about baseball for a second because it's a big part of your life.
Right.
It's what got you here. You're back in the swing of things with coaching. Season starts today.
Season starts tonight.
Tell us about it.
Opening night tonight at home. We've got a really bad schedule to start.
Really?
Really bad. So we have 3 home games. We got tonight, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
Then we have to hop on a bus. Then we have 4 games in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Okay.
Then we get on a bus after that 4th game, and then we head down to Kansas City, and we have, I believe 3 games in Kansas City.
Okay.
Then that takes us to the holiday weekend, which we have off Monday, but we're in a bus and we travel to Fargo, North Dakota.
Okay.
And then we come home. So
Tour de Midwest.
Oh my gosh.
You're all over the place.
It's absolutely terrible. It's out here, it's out west, then it's south, and then it's go right back through. I think whoever put this schedule together just hates us because it was a terrible. We get it out of the way.
You love sitting on a bus.
And yes, and I can't get the only one I can possibly get with the day off is I may get a flight out of Fargo and come back to, Milwaukee, flying to Milwaukee on that last leg of the trip. But I think that's a 7.5 hour ride too. So it's like, what? Everybody goes, oh, it's only 6 or it's only 7 or it's only 8 hours. I'm like, I can save 8 hours of sitting on a bus for a couple, $300-$400,
especially at the tail end of that
road
trip.
I'm taking it. Taking it.
Yeah.
Oh man, but so it starts up, and then 100 games in 118 days.
Okay.
And we will do sort of like what we did last year. We will do some of our shows when I'm at home. We're going to do them either at your house, or at the stadium, wherever we can do it. And then when I'm on the road, we'll just set up, and then I'll go on with the computer, and we'll make it work.
Yeah. So for the next 4 months, we're going to have kind of a rotating backdrop of where we're at, what we're doing. But we're going to make it work. I mean, it's now that we've got this stuff, it's easy enough for us to just kind of pack it up and run around and set up somewhere else and kind of do all that. And that's why I asked you about that, because there will be like a little bit of a change with what we're doing, but it'll just be, kind of whenever we can make it work throughout those weeks. And we're still going to do a show. It's just going to be, maybe it's at the stadium, maybe it's at the Tasker studio, maybe it's at the Wagner Ranch, whenever it all kind of works out. And
it'll be done, because remember last year and years past, there were times if I had to take kids to the gym or do something like that, it was easier for another person and a conversation for you two to have with anybody.
Yeah.
Maybe if that situation occurs, we will make sure you have a guest, or again, I can hop on for a little bit. We're going to figure out how to do the phone thing. But I think I could also do it because I'll have my iPad, or I'll have I'd be able to do something, tablet and do something, but we'll make it work.
Yeah.
Make it work.
Yeah, we will. So, well, we are just over about a half hour. I want to plug our sponsors. I don't know if there's anything else you got, or I feel like some of these just kind of have to be short because the world is spinning faster than we're moving. We're just trying to give the people what they want on a weekly basis.
I do have a question for you.
Okay.
You go out there early. You put in a lot of time out looking for these birds. Yeah. Am I the only one who falls asleep? Do you fall asleep, or are you are you drinking your coffee and you're wide awake watching every squirrel and bird? Or are you like me where, damn, I just lost 12 minutes, but I don't think I missed anything?
Well,
I know I did. I know I
As we
did.
know.
I do. I do miss them.
You know, I have actually been pretty good this turkey season.
Really?
Usually deer, though, because it's cold and you're like just trying to stay warm. You know, you're sitting out there forever and all of a sudden you like start to doze off. I think out here, because it is really short stints, I haven't yet, even during deer season, you know, even when we're in the rednecks and all that. Turkey season, I have not, but like I said, it's also like, yeah, it's super early mornings, but I don't know how, but I've like felt really good out there.
Good.
I say that, and then like this week I wake up on my birthday and I'm sicker than a dog because I'm just run so ragged from doing all this stuff.
That's right. Happy 40th. Happy 40th.
Thank you.
Happy 40th.
Yeah, it was pretty uneventful, to be honest. We're gonna me and the wife are gonna do dinner tomorrow night. We're gonna go out because we didn't want to do it during the week. You know, just give us more time to have a couple cocktails and enjoy the evening instead of like, oh, we're going to be home at 5:30. Let's get a 6 o'clock reservation. That way we can have an hour and a half. We're like, let's just do it over.
Right. Fun fact for the Tasker family. When is your wife's birthday?
My wife's birthday is the same day as my birthday.
Same day. That's crazy.
Yeah, so now I really only have to remember our anniversary.
Yes.
So
I've never heard that before.
I have never
ever heard that before.
So we met while we were working at Wacker together, and Wacker Neusen, the equipment company in Germantown, Menominee Falls. It's funny when we had our birthday, you know, your Facebook comes up and it's like, wish X, Y, and Z a happy birthday. There were 5 people at Wacker that had a May 12th birthday.
No, really? That's crazy.
What are the chances?
That's crazy.
And I'm going to ask you this, but if you've never looked into who your celebrity birthday counterparts are, mine is a good one. Emilio Estevez, the famous coach of the Mighty Ducks, also shares a birthday with me. And
a little bit older for you, Sherry would know this. He's also the wrestler, the jock on The Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Yep. It's an old 80s movie that.
And how do you? Oh, okay.
Because
you're saying that he's that.
Don't You Forget About Me was the theme song.
Right.
I believe it was Simple Minds, and that was my class song, Don't You Forget About Me, by Simple Minds.
Yeah.
Which came from The Breakfast Club, which Emilio Estevez was the jock wrestler.
Yeah.
But yeah, that you Young Guns or whatever. Yeah.
Either way.
He's a mighty duck. You're a mighty duck.
So
how do you find that? How do you find that?
I guess just look up like celebrity birthdays. Celebrity birthdays. Bear with us here.
Celebrity birthday. Mine's November 14th.
Oh my God. Tony Hawk, Emilio Estevez, Rami Malek, Jason Biggs, Ving Rhames, Gabriel Byrne, Kim Fields, Emily Van Camp, Steve Winwood, Yogi Berra.
Oh, there you go.
Marcelo Vieira.
Tony Hawk, you got the skateboarder. You got the skateboarder.
Yeah. Okay. And what about November 14th?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry for the pause here. Josh Duhamel, Travis Barker, Olga Kurilenko.
Travis Barker, he got all tattoos?
Yeah. Yanni, Condoleezza Rice, Claude Monet, technically an artist, but still one of the biggest historical names tied to that birthday. Joseph Simmons, and then Patrick Warburton.
I got a terrible list. You have a good one. I got
a good list. Yeah,
sucks.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you there.
Yeah, hang with them.
Oh man.
Yeah, mine blows.
Yeah,
but yes, so I thought that was crazy. And then you guys are going out Saturday or tomorrow night, so that'll be good. That'll be a good birthday.
Yeah. All right, well, let's wrap it up there. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Charisma Customs in Delafield, Wisconsin. Hey, a fun fact about them, they also have a separate entity called Wisconsin Film Specialists. If you have a side of your home that is facing east or west and you feel like your home is just so hot all the time because of the UV rays and the sun that comes through, they have a company that will come and tint your home windows. Which, who would have thought? But why couldn't you do that? You know, people have shades and all of that stuff. But now's that time of year when the sun really starts heating up. And if you don't have window tint, or if you bought a new vehicle and you want to have the front windows match the back, it's time to get in there. They're always running specials. But if you tell them that you heard about them from us, I'm sure they will give you a good deal. Talk to Chad there. He will make sure to get you taken care of. And then, yeah, HHA USA, another big partner. So we have a couple weeks until that next event, the big one, Matthews Archery, June 4th, 5th, and 6th. And we've had a couple people that we've been trying to figure out if we can send somebody to that event. But most people are like, oh, shoot, well, it's like, you know, it's not as close. So it's more of a day trip. And, you know, I can't really get off here and there. So we're still we got a spot open. So if you know somebody that's a first responder, anything that is giving back to the community like that, we would love to be able to treat them to a day at Matthews Archery. Such a cool event. I mean, I think it was the biggest. Last year was the first year that they did it out there. I went. You had a early game that day. It was the biggest event that they had. I think they had like something like 150 or 160 people that went to that. It was incredible. I mean, talk about like 10 big tour groups that were going through. And I mean, we're partial to Matthews, so we think it's the world's leader in archery equipment and tackle, but to each their own. If you're a big Matthews fan and you are also a first responder, give us a shout or shoot us a message on Instagram, and we'll try and get you set up there. So I don't know. Let's wrap it up there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good quick one. Good luck to you this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks. We'll give her a go.
And I don't have like a watch phone or whatever.
Okay.
I don't have any of that stuff. So if you do, our game starts at 6:35 tonight. So if you do shoot one, you got to give me a little bit of time, because I won't know about it until I check. And then, and then I'll help celebrate. Somehow, some way.
Somehow, some way.
Somehow,
yeah,
some
you
way.
could just stop at the house on the way.
That's what I would do.
Home
That's
from
what
the
I would
stadium.
do.
So, all right, for Paul Wagner, Eric Tasker, another episode of the Flippin' Sticks and Throwing Lead podcast. Find us everywhere that you listen to podcasts, and also the video format on YouTube. Until next week, we will talk to you then.